Hi again then guys, and welcome to another speed tune setup for Forza Horizon 3, and this particular build isn't quite as quick as some of the others which we've done on the channel before, and you'll have seen that of course from the title. But at the end of the day, it's a bigger, heavier car. It is less powerful than many of the other cars on the game, but it's still just a nice car in its own way, in a similar way to stuff like the Hummer or the Pterodyne Gurkha. You don't buy them because they're gonna ever be the best or the fastest, you just buy them because they're different, because they're quirky, because they're cool. And in the case of a Rolls-Royce, because of the status that it gives you. It's just a classy car. Now of course you've got the Ghost and the Dawn, or is it the Wraith? Yeah, the Wraith, not the Ghost. And the Wraith is the quicker of the two, and we'll cover that in a different tune setup in the future. But for now, we're covering the Dawn, which I actually prefer, to be honest. I like the fact that it's an open top. It looks quite classy. I like the wood. Has kind of a land yacht kind of look to it. Now, as far as the upgrades, for the conversion, you can't swap out the engine, which is unfortunate because 1500 horsepower would really help this car out. Now, I would recommend, as you can see, the all-wheel drive conversion. We are running at the 900 point level, S1 class. You could probably make it higher. Well, you can make it higher if you swap out the rims, etc. And if you want this tune set up on your car from a storefront, which is obviously easier than doing it yourself, you can use the keywords down in the description of this video. But of course, if you'd rather do it yourself, you know the drill. Lower the weight, increase the power, all that kind of good stuff. I wouldn't really recommend the roll cage on this car because it's already relatively rigid. It's very heavy already, so you don't want to really be adding weight. Plus, it just doesn't look very good. Having the roll cage really ruins the class of the car, but maybe that's just me. As far as the tuning, we already said, it's not as quick, nowhere near, in some cases, as quick as some of the other cars which we've done. 212 miles per hour is nowhere near as fast as most of the vehicles which we tune, but as I said, it's not about that. It's about the fun factor of having a Rolls-Royce. The acceleration, though, is still very good. 2.5 seconds to 60 is not bad for a Rolls-Royce at all. 5.5 to 100, again, isn't bad. And you've got to remember, you've got over 500 horsepower less than some of the other cars which we're upgrading on the channel. Now for the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive of 3.7, then individual gears of 2.9, 2, 1.5, 1.17, 0.95 and 0.8. For the alignment, neutral, camber and tow, you really don't need it on this car. 1 degree of caster for manoeuvrability, which you really do need on this car. Anti-roll we've got on 30 and 21. Springs on 239 and 283. I've opted for the highest ride height. And the reason for that isn't to make it look jacked up, but just because I don't think it looks good slammed. It's just not a car that looks good slammed. But again, that's personal opinion. If you want to lower it, of course you can. As far as dampers, we've got those on 13, 14 and then 6. Aero doesn't apply. And as far as the diff, pretty reasonable as far as the centre split. We've got 100% on acceleration, 0 on deceleration, as we would usually do. But as I mentioned, the centre split is 70%. So it makes use of the all-wheel drive. You've got 30% going to the front, but it means that it allows you that manoeuvrability of having 70% power and torque going to the back. And that helps out the car a lot. Off-road, it's actually quite a good vehicle, and off the line, it's surprisingly quick. It's basically only the top-end performance which kind of lets it down. But again, you're not going to try and beat everything in the world with this car. It's just a bit of fun. So overall, if you decide to use either this tutorial or a variation of it, or get it from my storefront, obviously I hope you have a lot of fun with it and success with it either way. And of course you can subscribe down below for more tunes like this in the future, and which we've already done. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.